Like LeBron, though, or like Lonzo. Ooh, I'm a baller, yeah, shot caller, yeah. They love me, you can't touch me, nah, can't trust me. I'm too lucky. Look at me, look at you, what you see, what you do. Baby, please, think it through, drink it up, enjoy the view. MVP on my crew, Nike on my shoes. Might be sipping booze, slightly feeling loose. If I want it, then I have it.
Boom, 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 boom. This is Jared and I'm back. Hey guys, man, I am super excited. Super excited to the Warriors Quest show. Here we go. Steve Belcher is like hopping from YouTube to Facebook. He's hopping around. Awesome. Well, thanks for tuning in, brother. Shared in multiple groups already. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks for the share. All right, you guys, man, if you're new to the show, all right, I'm the host, Jared A. Brown of the Warriors Quest show. And what I do is I interview kidney disease patients, kidney warriors who are looking for a living donor. And so if you're new to the show, please smash that subscribe button, please. And let's make sure we get this voice today because we great. All right. She's got quite a story. She's got just a great soul. And I know you're going to like to hear her voice, her story, her journey. But please, all right, you know what time it is. I can't do this alone. Don't be stingy. All right. Don't be stingy. Smash that share button. I can't do this alone. All right. Let's do this together. Let's team up. Let's do a team up here. And let's share this. Share this so that we can get this out to the masses. For the rest of the people that don't watch it, they can kiss our. I'm kidding. They'll keep it PG. All right, come on. I've got host. No, I don't. I've got an amazing co-host tonight. All right, someone who really needs little or no introduction. Right? The lovely Lisa Baxter. All right, somebody who I admire quite a bit, all the way from the state of New York. All right, a PKD, kidney disease recipient. All right, someone who advocates, someone who hosts the Lisa Baxter Show, someone who is a social worker, someone who gives hope and gives light to the people who need it. Lisa Baxter is get here we go. Co-host time. Where's it at? Where's it at? Co-host. Give her a big Warriors Quest show. Welcome, Lisa Baxter in the house. Lisa, how are you? Nice. That's
Hey
what I'm
Jay,
talking
what's
about.
shaking? What's
Boom,
poppin'?
boom, 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 boom. Hi, it's good to have you on the Warriors Quest show,
Boom,
man.
bam, pow!
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna
Yeah,
get it cracking. That's right. Yeah, we've got a great guest tonight. All right, and I'm super excited that you're able to co-host because I know that your family has a history of PKD, and our guest Andrea Butler is my special guest tonight, and she has
yes,
a journey to tell as well that involves PKD, and I'm excited to hear her story. But I shared
me too.
some. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to. I met her on TikTok, and she's really somebody who's um, she's a great supporter of mine on TikTok. She's commented, she shared my stuff, and um, I've really I've really liked her interaction with me, and it is so gratifying that finally I've been able to team up with her, and that you're helping me that we can get her story told. She's got a great soul.
Oh, yeah.
She really does. Just great energy. Big
Sweet,
energy.
sweet.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Let's get
I'm
this
gonna
girl on out
I'm
here.
gonna
Woo,
let me bring
woo!
her on. I'm gonna That's right. Let's get it popping. I'll do the VIP intro. Let's bring her on. All right, everybody. Share this. Don't be stingy. All right, don't be stingy. Share this. All right, because I need your help. We both need it. We're gonna get this story
That's right. Don't be
going. All right,
stingy.
VIP. All right, here we go. Andrea Butler, here we come. Andrea, how
Hey
are you?
Andrea.
Hi. Good to see y'all.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, it's good to see you
Hi.
as well.
Good to see you.
All right, so we're gonna play musical
Thank you.
chairs here a little bit, okay? All right, here we
Okay.
go. Musical chairs. All right. So, man, I'm super excited to get your story out there. Again, and if anybody's tuning in right now, again, this is the Warriors Quest show. I've got Lisa Baxter as a co-host, kidney transplant recipient, the host of the Lisa Baxter Show. And Andrea Butler is our special guest. She's a kidney disease patient, a kidney warrior. All
Yeah.
right. And
Yes.
she has a story to tell. But before we start that story, I want to say that I got some good news, and I shared it with you ladies before the story for this broadcast. I've got an uncle who also has PKD. A coincidence, because you know it. With all this happening, you, Andrea, have PKD, and so has Lisa. And I've got an uncle, all right, that has PKD. He's been on dialysis. My uncle Roy Cordingley. He's on TikTok as well. Not very active, but he is on TikTok. He's mostly active on Facebook. and he's just one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. A super nice guy. And anyway, as I shared with you ladies, all right, he had a kidney transplant, a successful kidney transplant yesterday from a deceased. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put the middle here. I mean, he's gonna. Yeah. So there's a picture of my
Excellent.
uncle here, Roy Cordingley. This is my mother's brother, Roy Cordingley,
Wow.
and he lives in Meridian, Idaho, which is near Boise, Idaho, and his transplant hospital is at the University of Utah in Salt Lake City. And so, he's at the U of U, and he'll be in Utah for meet with him and hug him and Matt. Elan, I've been praising God because God is magnificent.
Amen.
God is good.
Amen.
Yes,
Fantabulous.
so happy.
All right, Uncle.
So happy about that.
Congrats.
Yeah. So here we go, though. We're gonna switch back. We're gonna switch gears here, and we're gonna get back to you, Andrea. So, you and I met each other on TikTok, and Steve Belcher and I have been becoming. Steve's just really inspired me to get more active on TikTok.
Okay.
Steve had one of his videos just really kind of like go viral. It was a video of his about high blood pressure medicine, and it skyrocketed his followers, and he's got like 30,000 followers on TikTok now. It's crazy, yeah.
Good.
And
Great.
yeah, so he and I've been trying to become more active on TikTok, and so with Steve and I going live on TikTok, and then just my own videos, we've been interacting with you, and that's kind of how we got to know you, Andrea. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and you've been putting up with my goofy, silly personality, right?
I'm learning.
Yeah. So I'm going to give a shout out to Jenny Walker right here. Thank you for watching. All right, thank you for watching. Thank you so much. I'm very excited that you're tuning in. Thank you for and Steve Belcher saying hi to Andrea.
Hi,
Steve, the
Steve.
kidney nurse. Yeah.
Hi.
So Andrea, what we're gonna do is I always kind of everybody that I come on that comes on the show, every guest, in my opinion, I think Lisa would agree with me, is a superhero in my opinion. I mean, you're doing extraordinary things, and that's why we literally call kidney disease patients kidney warriors. You fight, you battle every day.
Right.
And so, I admire and respect kidney transplant recipients, kidney patients that are on dialysis now. And so, as a hero, even Black Lightning or Batman, every hero has an origin story, Andrea. And so, what we'd like to do is get to know your origin story. All right.
Oh,
Every
boy.
hero has a
Okay.
backstory,
Right.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. A very interesting story.
So we're going to get started with yours. So tell us just tell us a little bit in regards to like where you grew up, where you're from, and maybe how many siblings you have, or give us a little idea of your life and where this all started, so to speak.
Okay. Born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. Got married, moved to the Bronx, and then eventually we moved to Poughkeepsie, New York, which is about 90 miles outside of New York City. And I was commuting, and I'm a preschool teacher for 30 years. My story was very interesting because in my 40s, I was having a lot of problems, UTIs, bladder infection, kidney stones, yeast infections. And I would talk to my doctor, and my doctor said, oh, it happens. By then I was a diabetic. My A1C was always good. The highest that we went was a 9, but other than that, that was just a one time. But other than that, my sugars were tight. So
Okay.
he said, oh, maybe because, something you ate or your sugar got out of control but I knew that wasn't the situation. So I started talking to him about one day I was in the hallway and I had a terrible headache. And I went to my doctor and I told him I was having very bad headaches, like migraines. And he said, oh, maybe it's too much reading or on the computer or the noise from the children or something to that effect. So he kind of blew it off. Then in my 40s, I started having knocking pain on the right side. And then I started having this knocking pain.
Like it just felt like somebody was knocking on.
Like somebody's beating. And I started having this knocking pain on my right side, and then I started having it on my right side. And it's like something was always like pounding my back. And I went to the doctor, and he looked at me like I was a hypochondriac, And I said, no, there's something wrong with me. It was really, you feel like, there's something wrong, but you just can't pinpoint it. And I said, no, there's something wrong. And he says, no, there's nothing wrong with you, because I was seeing him every 4 months and he was checking my diabetes, my blood panel, everything came out fine. So he just shooed me off. And I went back to him and I said, something's not right. And I want a ultrasound. So they did an ultrasound. They did an ultrasound, and the technician is not supposed to tell you anything. But he said, look, Miss Butler. He said, look, Miss Butler, there's nothing wrong with you. You just had 3 cysts on your kidneys. And I was like, what? He says, yeah, you got like 3 cysts. I said, that's not normal. And he says, you have high blood pressure. Go about your day.
Gosh.
So when So I went home, I said to my husband, I said, they said I have 3 cysts on my kidneys, and that's normal. You can get cysts anywhere on your body. And my husband said, okay. And I said, no, that don't sound right. It just didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
So all in my 40s, I'm still walking around with the knocking, and my doctor just keeps blowing me off. And I'm wearing my clothes, and it's like my waist was a little swollen, like I couldn't wear my jeans. I had to wear something with elastic, something that stretched. So I started wearing a lot of like, yoga pants to work, or something that would give me some breathing room. So going fast forward, I'm 53 years old, and it's 2015, and I get a call to come to Brooklyn. My mama's sick. So I get to the hospital. I said, Mom, what's wrong with you? She said, my kidneys are bad. They're real bad. And we were like, well, what's wrong? And she didn't go into it. And the next time I saw her, she was in the hospital, and they had the little the thing in her neck, and I didn't know what to think. I was going through shock. And
she had a catheter?
She had the catheter in her neck, and she was still talking and this and that. And then another week or two, she was gone. And she knew
what?
She was gone. And the problem was growing up in the 70s.
Andrea, just like that?
Yeah. Yep, she passed away just like that. See, growing up in the 70s, her mother, my grandmother, was on hemo. And I remember always fixing her Band-Aid and changing it. And once my grandmother died in 1976, it was like, dialysis is a dirty word. We don't talk about it. And my mother was in that silent generation. You don't ask questions, you don't talk. So I just grew up saying, oh, it's a dirty word. And I don't know much about it. I just knew my grandmother was on the machine and she passed away. And so I guess when my mother found out she had kidney problems, she wasn't doing dialysis and she didn't share it with us. So we went into shock, denial.
Wow.
We buried her. And I have 3 sisters and a brother. And it was hard. We got through it, but it was hard because
Oh my gosh. Wow.
my father died in
know.
My heart
1981 and
goes
he had a
out to
heart
you.
attack. He had a heart attack 3 days after Christmas, and I was only 19, and that was a shock. So to put us through another shock was very.
Wait. Uh,
My father died in 81,
I gotta have you
3 days after
repeat that.
Christmas. Yes, and he had a heart attack, and that was a
Wow.
shock to us.
Wow.
So to put us through another
My
shock
goodness.
was hard. And I understand now she
So
has a right. She had a right to do what
wow.
she wanted to do. But I just think
Wow.
it wasn't
Wow.
fair because that shock. And as
Of
sisters, we
course.
got through it. We got through it. You know, my sisters and my one brother, we got through it. It was a shock. And I had to
It's a
learn to
shame.
forgive her. I learned to forgive her. And I know that's what she wanted. She wasn't going to do dialysis, but I felt bad because I felt like if she had talked to me, I could have said, Mommy, it's different
Mhm.
now. You could do PD. And I know she probably just turned off, but I just felt like I could have saved her. You know, you always feel that you could have
Yeah,
saved
yeah.
her. So
You felt that way.
Sure.
you feel bad. So what happened was when the funeral was over, I went back to Poughkeepsie and I saw my doctor and I told him I demand an MRI of my kidneys because I just lost my mother.
Mhm.
And he said, okay,
Right.
Andrea. And he said, you have to, I'll sign you up so you can have the MRI done and that'll, calm you down and everything. And
Yes.
then I looked at my bill and he wrote down a fee for bereavement. And I said, he didn't say anything. How are you going to charge me
What?
for bereavement? And you didn't say, oh, you said you're going to calm me
My
down and do
goodness.
it.
Oh
I
my
just felt ripped off.
gosh.
Yeah. And
Wow.
so
Wow.
he was
You
a
get crazy
doozy.
quacks. Every doctor's not bad, but you get
Yeah.
crazy quacks that want money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or don't
Yeah.
really pay attention to you, your body,
He didn't
your
pay
feelings, or
attention.
anything.
Yeah. And
Wow.
we
Wow.
finally got the imaging done. And I took
Mhm.
my husband with me. And the next day they came and they took the imaging and they posted, the two x-rays of the left kidney and the right
Okay.
kidney. And I was like, what is
Mhm.
that? And he said, that's your kidney.
Sis.
And those are the cysts. And I was like, what? And it was like millions of cysts all over my kidneys. And I looked
Mm.
at it and I said, like a 10-year-old, take it off, take it off, take it off.
Take
And they
it
said,
off.
Andrew,
Yeah.
take it off, take it off.
I
And he
know
said, we
that's
can't
right.
take it off.
You ain't
And
never
I just,
lied. Mm.
and I put my head down. I said, oh no. I said, oh no. What am I going to do? And I told my husband, I told you there was something wrong with me. I told
You
you.
knew it.
I knew it.
Mhm.
You could feel
You
it,
felt it.
but you can't
Yes,
put
Right.
you
your
felt
hands
it.
on it.
Yes.
You can't, yeah. And once I saw my doctor, he didn't apologize. He didn't say you were right. He didn't say nothing. So from that moment,
That's
I
shameful.
had to go to a nephrologist.
Wow.
And I remember calling my sister up because I said to my sister, by now I'm 53 years old. But I saw everybody in there look like they were 80 and 90. And I said, I think I'm in the wrong place. And she said, no, Andrea, that's good. That means he's a good doctor and he's keeping them alive. I said, yeah, but I'm too young for this. So it's the shock, and my brain wasn't ready for all
Wow.
this.
Yeah.
And the doctor just said, stay away from chocolates and spinach. And he just took my blood pressure. And then I was in stage 2 at that
What?
time. Mm-hmm. And
That's
I said, what
all he
happened to stage?
said.
Yeah, and I said, what happened to stage 1?
I
What
know
happened
that's
to
right.
stage 1?
It hops around sometimes. You're like, what?
I said, what?
Yeah.
What happened? And
What?
yeah,
That's it?
that's it. He said, here, take this. It was a little, he was talking to his computer. And then I
Yeah.
go to the front desk and they gave me something from the computer that said, stay away from chocolate and don't eat no spinach. And I'll see
Wow.
you
So,
in a
Andrea,
couple of
I
weeks.
want to say something. I want to respectfully stop you for a moment because Lisa, this is incredible. This is just I mean, I want to say, okay, that I have a lot of respect for doctors. I want to preface this, okay, and say that because I do. I
Right.
honestly do. Okay, there are
Yes.
probably more excellent doctors than poor or bad doctors. Okay. However, a very good doctor, an excellent doctor, can still make some mistakes or treat somebody poorly. It doesn't mean he's a bad doctor. It just means that he had bad behavior and did some things
Yes.
poorly. I think
Mhm.
sometimes it could be sometimes doctors and other people are held to this standard that if you call them out in any way, it's like you're saying that they're totally bad at their profession or that they're just totally bad people. It's not the case. But from what
Mhm.
I'm hearing right now,
Mm. They get defensive.
it's
Yeah.
so shameful.
Mhm.
It's
So
terrible.
shameful. What do you
I mean,
I
don't
just
eat
wrote.
what are your
spinach and
thoughts,
chocolate.
Lisa?
It's way more than that. Those are just two things. We got like a list.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To preserve the kidneys. You know, I don't know about you, Andrea, but I was on a different diet to preserve the kidneys before I got to the renal diet and stuff. Like you said, with your stages. So,
Mhm.
maybe that's what they were trying to do, but usually they give you a dietitian or a
Could
nutritionist
be.
as well as
No.
the nephrologist. So you have your regular doctor. You have all three. So I don't know if you had
Mhm.
that. Maybe you did.
No. I didn't get nothing. I mean, I was on my own. I was
See,
on
I
my
don't know.
own, and the
Oh,
process was
wow.
very hard
Wow.
because I didn't have like Steve, the kidney nurse, or Jared out, and I didn't know what to do, who to turn to. And I told
Yes.
my husband
Hmm.
I felt like I was in the episode of The Twilight Zone, and I told
I
him
bet. I bet.
I I have to find people like me. I have to find people like me because
Right.
I'm the
Like,
only one in my
Yes.
family that
mhm.
has it. So
Right. Right.
I felt so all alone, and I cried so much. I cried myself to sleep, and I got to the point where
Oh
I
my
got tired of
gosh.
crying. I
Wow.
got tired of crying,
Wow.
and I
Oh
said,
my
"It
Oh
is
God.
what it
gosh.
is."
Wow.
Yeah, it is what it is, and I accept it. And I had to learn how to find something out there that I can relate to, and I
Hmm.
did. I found the PKD Foundation, and they had like a little
Excellent.
yeah, I found them, and through them, they had like like a trip to Florida. You go to Florida, and they had a conference, and you meet other people like you, and you get to talk to them. And I exchanged numbers, and I said, "How did you find out?" And they said, "How'd you?" And it was very nice. I went twice, and then from there, I found the network support. So I started branching out.
Sure.
So it
Sure.
was
It grows.
slow. Yeah, it was slow,
Knowledge.
but it was all on me because I was trying to bring my family along, but I think they weren't ready. And I remember
Thank you.
Okay.
I would
Okay.
I would I
Baby
was in
steps.
yeah. My daughter was visiting. My son was in the room. My husband was up front, and I can remember it's like you can have three people around you, but you feel so all alone. So I told my husband, I want to talk to you about the PKD, and he said, not right now. I'm watching the Yankees. And I said, well, they're going to lose anyway. So I went into the room and I talked to my son. He said, Mommy, I'm doing Nintendo, not right
Yeah.
now or whatever. And I wanted to talk to my daughter about I have PKD. And she goes, Mommy, if you put it in the air, you'll have PKD. I said, but I have it already. So at the
Yeah,
time, my cat was alive. I picked up Madison. I took him in the room. I said, you're going to listen about me and my PKD and what we're going to do
hey,
about it. And I talked to him for
take
about an
everybody
hour.
to listen. He probably just said,
Hey,
meow.
at least somebody listened. At
Yeah,
least somebody listened.
I had to make him listen, and then
Sounds
I
like a
think
really
I
cool
kind of
cat.
yeah, he died on Labor Day. So yeah,
Oh,
Oh,
I'm sorry. I
cancer.
love kids
last year?
Yeah,
and puppies.
yeah. Last
I'm
year I had him for
sorry.
14
Yeah.
years. He had cancer and we didn't know it. So
Uh-huh.
that was a
Oh,
shock.
wow.
But
Sneaky stuff.
yeah, it's been it's been a lot. It's been a lot. But after that, I felt like they weren't ready for this. So I felt like I have to hold down these stages. I got to try to stay in stage 2. And I think I was stressing myself out because I started understanding what's going to happen in stage 3, what's going to happen in stage 4, and I didn't want to put them through that. So I was trying to stay. Yeah. So I think I was trying to hold on to these stages because I knew what was coming. I knew what stage 5 would be like, even though I'm not ready for it, but I knew what was coming. And I think I was trying to hold it down because I didn't want to stress them out. And
preparing yourself.
Yeah, I was putting a lot of pressure in, because I was trying to, like, some doctor says, oh, you could be in stage 2 for 20 years. I say, yeah, right. Tell me the secret.
Move fast.
Yeah, that stuff. Yeah. I was like, tell me the secret. And they just look at you like,
Tell me about it. Yeah. Tell me the secret too.
Yeah, tell me the secret.
But you know what I mean? You could have told me. But wow. You took on a lot to do this by yourself, and because your family wasn't ready. A lot of times they're just not ready.
Yeah, they're just not ready.
A lot of people are not ready. They just want to hear the good about you, and you look good now. They don't want to know nothing else. You all right? Okay, you alive? Yeah, okay.
Well, you know what?
After a while, you have to face it.
Sometimes,
and it's not
your mommy.
Easy, but you strong woman.
Yeah, your mommy, and you're walking around, you're breathing, you're talking, so it looks like there's nothing wrong with you. And inside, I'm collapsing, and that's the problem.
Right.
I'm falling apart inside, but the outside looks like, ta-da! You're
right.
That's the flip side.
And I've interviewed many kidney disease patients, kidney warriors, and Lisa, isn't this the truth? This happens so many times. This happens because they sometimes family, God bless them, but like you said, Lisa, sometimes they're not ready to talk about it. They don't know what to say. They're not sure if they're going to say something wrong. When sometimes they're, and sometimes because of not knowing what to say or afraid to say something wrong, sometimes that puts distance, and so there's many different things that kind of create this isolation, unfortunately. And so it's something that other people have often said to me when I've interviewed them. So I want to bring up people that can relate. Obviously, Lisa, you bring a lot to the table because already you can relate to what she's talking about. You've nodded your head and you've given some great feedback. Viewer right here, who he has PKD. Here we go. Loy. So Lois, he has PKD as well, and and so we've got somebody right there that knows what we're going through. Harris Jones Jr. currently on dialysis. I want to give Philip Harris Jones Jr. from A Second Chance. Got much love for you, Philip, and also I want to give a shout out to Marcelo here, Cello Effect. Great guy, so much energy. He's been on dialysis for a long time, and he's got he does a lot of different things, from yoga to cold showers to breathing exercises. A phenomenal person, great asset. He's also on TikTok, but he's active with his own so giving out some love and giving some shout outs to some people. Of course, we've got Steve Belcher walking still. So we've got some great people that have commented already. So please keep the comment. All right. I know I always try to say, although we can't hear you with your comments, we can hear you with your comments, if you know what I mean, right? So please make some noise in the comments section, please. All right. Keep the comments going. So we've had a lot to digest. I mean, already your story is really overwhelming me. I mean, it's touched me multiple times. You've gone through so much, and
Yes.
as a
Yes.
mother, and then as a daughter, you've lost, you've lost quite a bit. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the part that really me, because I lost my each of them to cancer. So I've lost my parents when I was in my 20s. I wasn't even 30. In fact, man, my
Mm.
my dad died of kidney cancer in
Wow.
1993. And this dawned on me, right? It hit me, struck me on Memorial Day, is that he's
Yeah.
been dead longer now
Mm-hmm.
than the time I knew him when he was alive. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought, wow, I can't believe this.
That's something.
Time flies.
You know?
Yeah,
It really does. It really does.
it
My
does.
father had kidney failure and he had heart failure as well. He had polycystic kidney disease, and his kidneys only worked 8%. And I had 6 siblings on dialysis, 2 aunts, an uncle, and a mother-in-law. And
Mm.
no, it's a rough journey. It is. And the best thing you can do is, become educated about your illness, learn your family history, ask questions, write stuff down, do your research, and that'll help you to go a long way. I don't know if
Yeah.
your children have been tested or if you went that far or know anything or investigated anymore. Prevention is the key, you know what I mean, and knowledge too, to help you along this journey. A lot of people live very well. So it's
Amen to
not a
that.
death sentence, even though as soon as people hear it, they say, oh my God, what really, got me was when I was telling people about it, they still didn't get it. I wrote a
Yeah.
book. Some people said, oh my God, I didn't know you was going through this. And some people read the book and still didn't understand. But when I started doing shows and stuff for the last 13 years, somebody happened to see me being interviewed while I was on the dialysis machine, and they called me crying. And they said, oh, you just didn't say. I said, I said it. I don't know what you're talking about. I told you. But I
Right,
guess some
right,
people
right.
have to be visual, or got
They
soaked
do.
in.
They do.
You know what I'm saying?
They
So,
do.
yeah.
You're right, Lisa. Well said. Well said. So I'm going to steal one of your lines that I love, by the way, is you ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. That is the truth. That is the truth.
I ain't mad at you. You ain't never lied.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's
Hit that share
right.
button. Don't be stingy.
Don't be
Mm.
stingy. So,
That's your one. Yes.
you're so right, though. Many of us, okay, I have a glimpse, just a glimpse, a small lens that I see through, because I've got an uncle who has PKD. I've got a sister-in-law that sparked or inspired me to be an advocate. My twin brother's wife, um, who has kidney
Beautiful
disease
person.
because of high blood pressure. I've got an
Mm.
PKD. So, and then I've interviewed kidney warriors for over years now. It'll be
Wow.
so so I've got a small glimpse, just I've got a small lens, okay, and I can never
You
say that
doing
I know
good, Jay.
exactly. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
thank you, and I try, okay, and I have empathy. Empathy is one of my God-given, qualities and talents, and I'm thankful that God has given me empathy. But so I do what I can. But you're right, Lisa. You hit it right. You hit the hammer on the nail there, because some people, you did, because some people literally have to have something shown to them. And one of the things that I want to give a shout out, by the way, I left this comment up here for a while and I forgot to give a shout out, but Just Green Bean, I want to give a shout out to Just
Mm.
Green Bean. Thank you for watching, and thank you. It means a lot to me. Thank you for commenting. When we the one of the most powerful videos on TikTok that I see, honestly, are the videos of somebody doing dialysis,
Mm-hmm.
because many people have no idea. They don't know what it looks like. They don't
Ugh.
know what the machine is doing, and then they're
Yeah.
one of my most viewed videos is a video in which um, it's a duet, by the way, but nonetheless, it's mine because I did the duet, right? So whatever. But it's a video where the technician is actually cannulating the patient, and that's visual aid, right? I mean, tell me, that gives somebody a little bit of visual aid to understand what a dialysis patient going through, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Even the needle. I used to
It does.
they gave me a few of those needles, different sizes, and when I showed the person, they said, "Oh, you get a needle," because they know I hated needles. But I said, "No, this is a needle to the 100th power. You ain't felt no needle like this.
Yeah.
The point looked like a little sword. You know what I mean? You didn't hear me screaming at your house when they stuck me. You know,
like a little
then they
sword.
gotta do it twice."
Oh my gosh! Yeah, the 15 gauge and the 7. Oh my gosh, they looked like little tiny swords.
Yes.
You're right. So,
The
Billups, thank
orange
you
one
for
is bigger
watching.
than that, but that was for people that was heavy, or they told me, that's what they told me. That was for people that they had harder chance getting it in. And I didn't never get the orange. I only had the green and that blue. I didn't want nothing else. Hallelujah.
You didn't want anything else. All right.
I already had the thing in the neck, the chest, the groin. I had enough spots, and my fistula still works. You know what I mean? Because thank God I don't need it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Don't let me stop
So you still have your you've got scars, so to speak, as a kidney warrior, Lisa. You still have
that's right.
Yeah, there you go. That's aptly put. I like that. So shout out to Brian O'Keefe, Spruwell.
Hey, Brian.
Thank you, Brian, for supporter. Mad love and respect to you, Brian. Thank you for tuning in. There was a question that Steve had, and I think I passed it. All right. I think it was. Have you? Here it is. Have you tried or have you considered home dialysis?
That's what I'm doing now. I'm doing PD at home. You know.
Okay.
Okay.
I had kidney failure.
All right, there we go. Peritoneal
August 31st, 2020, I went into kidney failure. And that was a little story to go into because my doctor, when I had to make an emergency appointment to see my doctor. And by then my GFR was 7.8, tipping 7.8. And I made this emergency appointment because he said, why are you here? And I said, I can't walk around like this no more. And he said, you could walk around like another 2 weeks like this. And I said, I am not walking around another 2 weeks like this. I could have a heart attack, a seizure, or a stroke. And I said, I'm tired. I'm tired. You know, my legs were hurting. My husband walked to the car. It only takes 2 minutes to get to the car. I was already stage 5. It took me like an hour. It's like my brain thinks I'm walking, but my legs are so tired. It like took me an hour to get to the car. And when I went to him and I talked to the doctor, I said, listen, I can't do this anymore. I said, I have flies flying around my mouth. This is August. I have flies. My mouth smells like urine. I'm chewing gum. It tastes like aluminum foil. And he said, flies are flying all over the place. It's summer. I said, they're flying around my mouth, not yours. My mouth smells like a toilet. I can't take it anymore. It smells like urine. And he said, we could do another 2 weeks. And I said, I feel impending doom. And he looked at me and he ran out that office and he said, I'll have the vascular surgeon call you. I said, thank you. And the 19th, I had the surgery.
Way to go. Way to speak up for yourself. And way to be your own.
That's right. Advocate for yourself.
How long am I walk around like this?
From before, was it?
How long am I going to walk around like this? I had flies flying around my mouth.
Right. You need to stop. I don't know what kind of doctor that was.
How is that normal? How is that normal at all?
And I told him,
he should know better than that.
I know better now. I should have went on as soon as I hit 10, because the lower you go, I'm not going to have I won't be able to pee that much longer. So if I could have saved myself and say, hook me up at 14, 10, I could have peed a little longer, you know, but by the time they hooked me up, I was like 7, 8. And I'm like, well, what are you waiting for? And he goes, the benefits of hooking up is no good. But what's the benefit of staying around, walking around like this? And my mouth smells like urine. What's the benefit of that? And I'm having headaches and my legs are hurting and I'm tired.
You can barely walk.
I'm out of breath. And I'm like, nope, I don't know this world. I don't know. I trusted you to guide me.
Wow.
That's a shame.
I don't know.
Well, I'm glad somebody's hearing this because they'll know that they could, you know, people don't like to go against the doctor. And people don't like to say nothing to them sometimes, but y'all a team, you know what I mean? I always say, you got your degree, I got my degree, I'm a social worker. But at least the Baxter, I'm fully educated about legally. All right? So, you know, and you got to know when something is hurting you or bothering you, if he's supposed to have been listening, tuning in to find out. I'm sorry, I'm a little upset about that. That bothers me. You know, but you a good sister. You would never know you've been through that hell you talking about. I ain't mad at you. Come on here, Queen. Shine low. Hey.
Yeah, so I got hooked up, and then about 2 weeks later, we started the testing with draining and the catheter, and I was there, but I wasn't there. I told my husband, that's the worst time of your life because they're trying to teach you how to dialyze, but I'm not really mentally there. I was so weak from the operation. My body got so weak. I was sitting in a chair like this. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I was very, very weak. And I'm signing papers. I don't even know what I'm comprehending. I just wanted to pass and get it over with. And then the next day you have to come in, and then she gives you a little fluid and give you a little solution and go home, and then she drains it, and then they're playing with you, you know? And it was
why was he not
too much.
Why was he not taking you seriously? Why was he not listening to you?
I think some doctors feel that they want to take your body as far as they can go, but you know, I know my body. But if I knew that he was trying to take me too far, and I told him, I said, listen, I trust you, but I want a smooth transition, because I read some horror stories where some people, their doctors went on vacation, and before they knew it, their GFR was at a 6, and then they had to do an emergency hookup. And I didn't want that drama. So I read enough to know I didn't want that drama. And I told him I want a smooth transition. And he said, okay. But if I didn't argue, and some people passed away while they're waiting to get the catheter, or, you know, because you're waiting too long. And people don't know this. You're waiting too long. You know? So
that's bad.
After I got the PD and I started learning how to do it, you know, we went to classes and everything. I saw the dietitian, and the first night we came home, my husband made yellow rice and some baked chicken. And I said, my feet are swelling up. And it didn't connect. It didn't click that, no, I can't eat this. It takes a lot to process. And then I have to learn what to eat, what not to eat. It was a mess. And moving along, about last year, about 2 years ago, I woke up, just after I had the PD catheter put in. A couple of months later, I woke up one morning and I had blood in the urine. And I told my husband we have to go to urgent care. And we found out, went to the hospital, I found out I had a kidney stone stuck in the bladder. And the doctor said you have to blast that out. And he said, I got something else to tell you. I said, okay, you have a mass on the right kidney. I said, okay. So I got a kidney stone stuck in the left kidney, and I got a mass on the right kidney. Wow, that was a lot to process. So December 1st, they blasted out the kidney. That is a lot to process. Stone.
Wow.
Yeah, they blasted that out. And then last April 1st, my doctor was able to get, it was cancer, and they got I lost my kidney because what happened is if you have PKD, people don't realize cancer grows on those cysts. So by me worrying about dialysis, I should have told my doctor, do CAT scans on my kidneys, because cancer grows on PKD, on those cysts. And people don't know, they know that or may not know that. So I had cancer growing on my cysts. So they removed my right kidney last year. And he said I was cancer-free.
Wow.
And it was self-contained. So I was able to get on the transplant list. Yeah. So right now I have my left kidney, and I just did a scan, today. So keep your fingers crossed. Because I got to do a scan every 6 months.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They do those scans to you. You get your scans and everything. You get, the sonograms, the MRIs and everything. I had more than one in 1 year. It's like being put in a casket or something. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't crazy about that before they hit my head, and I was screaming, oh! So you get
the MRI.
It's best to close your eyes.
Yeah, I did that today. The MRI. I did the MRI today, and it was like, you got to put your hands up and go through there like you're going through a little oven or something. But, you get used to it. You don't want to.
Do you any anxiety when you go through there?
No, it don't bother me, because what I do, I just close my eyes and I just deep breathe, So,
I used to pray, sing, all kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My husband went in there with me one time, and I told him, listen, I don't want nothing falling off my husband. Y'all down. He don't have nothing on. Come on here. So,
yeah.
I don't know. But yeah. But you're a real warrior. You know what I mean? What would you do when they call you? The phone call is rung. Ring, ring, ring. What's the first thing you want to do? You get the kidney or get the call? What do you want to do with that new kidney? What's the first thing you want to do that you can't do now?
Go swimming.
That's a good question. Have you thought about that?
Go swimming. Huh?
Go swimming.
I would go swimming. And that's the problem, because sometimes they'll call you, but you might be the second or third person, the backup. And I read about that too. Don't play with me. If that kidney is for me and it's ready, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the third or second backup. Just call me one time.
4 calls. 4.
Okay.
The first one, I told them, if the person was sicker than me, give it to the child. Give it to the people that's sicker, because I was fine on dialysis. I just had low blood pressure and things like that. It wasn't no big emergency. I was just tired of doing dialysis all them years. But my husband and my Archbishop Rochford, took me to getting on that list. But the second call, it was an intravenous user. On the third call, I was already in the ambulance when they called me, because I got sick from one of the children that I was a social worker for. The 4th time I went to Mount Sinai, and I got Hannah. That's my Hannah right here.
That's your Hannah. All right. Yeah. I forgot that's her name.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I can't wait.
You're going to get it. I'm waiting. We're going to celebrate.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trouble don't last always,
Yeah, I just pray that it hurry up and come on, so I can get on with my life.
I know what you're talking about.
Just for a moment here, is that
you got your husband, you got your
go ahead, Lisa.
And I know you got other family members or what have your siblings, you were saying. My husband passed away this May 7 years on the 6th of this month. And that still bothers me, but that was my biggest supporter. And he was a perfect match to give me a kidney. I didn't remember to take his kidney before or after he passed. I was too distraught. But I would have had a perfect match. You know what I mean? I got one a year later from a stranger. So, look at God. My head wasn't in the right place on my mind, but,
right.
I knew he would want me to push on, and so all the siblings that, I also had to bury. So I know what it is to suffer a lot of loss and a lot of pain And you're right, it's not easy. It gets you right here, and sometimes the thing really grips you. You know what I mean? And if I didn't concentrate on God or the family that I have that still needs me here, I don't know. Sometimes you just feel like you're just tired, or you had enough. You don't want to hear another thing. You just want the good to happen. You want to hear another story or nothing bad. But you, my girl, you gonna be a winning miracle story. I just know God got you. You know, He just got you in the palm of His hands. And sometimes He just make the testimony bigger. You know, I say, God, another thing. What am I in the hospital for now? You just to pray for somebody, be an encouragement. Because, you know, you think it's something drastic. Sometimes I'm like, Lord, now, come on now. Not another illness. Not another thing. You know what I mean? So, God knows those things, and He does those things well. So, yeah.
I thank God for the good days and the bad days, you know, but it's been rough because it's something you still have to deal with every day. You know, it's not like, oh, I don't feel like doing it today. You know, it's like you have to brush your teeth. So, you know, you're getting used to it. It's a process. You just got to get used to it. The brain has to adjust. And August will be 2 years. So I'm like really like now getting the hang of it and, you know, learning how to deal with it. And I just do it. You know, I don't even think about it. I just do it, you know.
Yeah.
But I remember worrying about when will I go on dialysis, you know? And I remember my husband and I went to Kroger, and every time I went to the store, I saw, you know how they start in the spring, they have the chairs out for the summer. And I was saying to myself, I beat summer. Summer's coming. I'm not on dialysis yet. So that was my marker. Every time I saw the season change, you know, and then that was my marker. And then once I got on PD, I started feeling a little better. And I told my husband, I just want to go to the store just to buy an apple.
Yeah.
And something simple. So we went to the store and I bought an apple, but I saw the decorations in the store and, you know, it was so festive. And it's just the simple things. I said, wow, I'm still in the game. I'm still here. You know, I'm still in the game.
You're still alive. Yeah.
That's right.
You're surviving.
You got some skin in the game. You're still in the game. Yeah, I would go for a walk sometime, go on a vacation. Like I took myself out to eat. I got tired of waiting for my family. I took myself out to dinner and I took myself to a movie. And I kept saying, yeah, I want to go. Somebody want to go. Nobody said nothing. I told them soon I'll be buying my plane ticket because I took all my shots and everything. I'm ready to fly.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you make your own sunshine. You have to do that for yourself. You know, sometimes I'll play a Leah, you know,
for sure.
Pick yourself up, you know, and try again I play the Beatles,
I like Leah.
You know, I just play something to keep you, you know, keep it positive.
It helps.
You know, it helps. It helps with your mental state.
Music's
very powerful.
It does.
Because now I can't hardly read because I get the brain fog. I'm like, I can't. So I need something quick. Like that's why I'm on TikTok. So I need something like, you know. So
I know that's right.
Yeah.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
But
you got family now, and you in good company. You got extra family, and it's good to have support. You know, because they got support groups. So I belong to PKD too. ESRD, AKP, AAKP, AARP. You name it, all the P's and the Q's. I belong to everything.
Yeah.
You know, but it's been a blessing to me, and it helps me to help somebody else stay busy. Yeah.
We need them. We need all the help we can get
to get through this.
Yes, we do.
You know, you need every last thing.
Amen to that, because we're so much better when we're united. You know, it's one of the greatest things I love about advocating is that I help people become visible again, because you know you had expressed your feelings of being isolated and alone, Andrea, and other patients feel that way, and I'm trying to tell these stories. I can make people who feel invisible, make them feel visible again. And because you are deserved, you are blessed, you're loved, you're a daughter of God, and God loves you, and you deserve a better quality of life. I said it, you do.
Thank you.
So
well, I'll get it.
And so what I'd like to ask Lisa, what would you like to say to, this this beloved woman who's enduring, surviving, and what kind of words of encouragement would you like to give to her?
Well, I'd like to say, Andrea, that your story really touched me, and that I want you to know that even though you have your tears uh, are tears that didn't really fall to the ground, you know what I mean? God has kept them in a safe place, because not just these tears that you cried before, but tears of joy is coming, you know.
Okay.
And I want you to feel and know that you are not by yourself, and you keep doing what you're doing. And in your loneliest or hardest time, when you think nobody is there, you start praying or grab your favorite scripture. I always say, with this Christ, I am healed. I'm more than a conqueror through Christ that strengthens me. If I didn't have stuff like that, and somebody that loved me to pull me out, I wouldn't be able to do half of the things that I do. But I want to say, you keep on keeping on, keep doing what you can. Thank you for your inspiration to me, and your inspiration to a lot of people that hear you. So this will be shared 1,000 million times, and this will be posted and everything, not just by me or Jay, but by a lot of the community of kidney community, because a lot of us. There's so many of us, it's something else. And you'd have thought we knew each other forever, but we just family, we just look like that. But you keep doing what you're doing, and you stay encouraged. And I
Thank you,
thank
Lisa.
you. Thank you for telling your story. I'm gonna shut up, but thank you very much.
Oh no, thank you, Lisa. I love you, Lisa. Thank you. It wasn't easy. Jared knows it wasn't easy, but I grew up very private.
Before we end, what I do, and
hard.
Lisa's beautiful, by the way. Before we end, I'm going to do a little chair. Okay, I'm going to change up with me here. Trying to move myself. Am I freezing up here? Can you guys see me?
Yeah, I can see
you. See you, Jay.
All right, here we go. All right.
My brother from another mother, come on here.
Okay.
Do your thing.
What we're going to do is little thing, shout out. All right. So, Andrea, whom would you like to shout out?
I love that.
All right. This is your time to say thanks, to shout people out that you're thankful for, people that have been in your corner, people that have supported, time to shout out.
Well, I'd like to shout out my husband, Walter, my daughter, Regina, my son, Curtis, my future son-in-law, Ty, my little granddaughter, April, my sisters, my brother, my nieces and nephew, and my family, and my TikTok family, because without them, we're exchanging words of encouragement, and that keeps me going. So all my family and friends and my renal warriors, I really do love them and appreciate them. And you too, Jared, and Steve, the kidney nurse.
Thank you.
And Lisa.
Yes.
So, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'm so glad we did this. One thing I'd like to ask is just for your permission, is if it's okay to, after the show has finished, of course, we're going to share this. People can watch this afterwards. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on Facebook. People can find it on my Twitter. But after this is finished, is it okay, and do I have your permission to cut out just and
slice it and put it out there? That's okay.
Yes, because when I share that on TikTok, it'll be a short clip, like 15 seconds or something. It'll have the transplant hospital coordinator information and everything on there as well.
That sounds good.
That's okay. I'd love to do that as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll be all right with me.
Nice.
Well, thank
I
you,
appreciate
ladies.
that. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm excited.
you.
I'm
It turned
super
into being a
excited to
crying
do this.
show.
I love doing this because, you know, some of the best stories that I get to tell are the ones where they're emotional, and you know, because it tugs on my heartstrings, and you know, and so I'm this, and I'm hopeful that other people will be just as inspired as I have been today, that they'll
Mhm.
share this with other people, because this is a powerful story, and your story is very deserved of being told and shared, and you're certainly deserved of a better life, and we want you to have a better quality of life. So
Thank you.
thank you again for coming on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for having me.
A sister
Thank
from a
you.
different mister. Thank you. I appreciate you. Much love and respect to you, Lisa.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. And thanks again.
Night with
Bless everybody.
you.
Good night.
Hey, Andrea, we'll be in touch. Okay. You know, you're we'll keep in touch, of course. You're family to me, so I'll certainly keep in touch with
Okay.
you. But
Sure.
thank you,
Give her
ladies,
my
for coming
number
on tonight. Thank
or
you.
give me hers either way, and it's fine. We
Okay.
can
Okay.
talk anytime you'd like.
I'll be
Okay.
happy to do that. So, Andrea,
Sounds good.
I'll send you her. I'll text you her phone number. Okay. Okay. Thank
Okay. Sounds good.
you, ladies. Have a good
Thank
week.
you.
God bless.
You're welcome.
All right.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Good night. Peace
Bye.
and victory. Bye.
Oh, so thank you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been an amazing show. Uh, I've never regretted any person that I've brought on the show. And everybody in a different way gets connected to me. And I'm so glad I did this tonight. I'm so glad I've met on TikTok, and I'm so glad that Lisa has been able to Andrea as well. And I just felt inspired that Andrea and Lisa would be great, and that Lisa would be a co-host that would just shine, and she did. So I'm so glad we did this tonight. But please, all right, don't be stingy. Okay, don't be stingy. Please share this, because it's so important to get her story out. It only takes one video one video to inspire one person. Probably go on TikTok in about an hour. All right, Steve the Kidney Nurse is going to be on TikTok going live in about an hour. It only takes one inspired person, okay, to act and to become a living donor. Now, if there are multiple living donors that get inspired from this video, then sweet. And I'll be praising God, and I'll be on my knees and thanking him. Please, okay? You never know whom this may reach, okay? You don't know what person is going to find this on replay. You don't know which person is going to find this, and there are so many healthy people, and we just need to get this in the right hands, so to speak, and that person is going to be inspired, because this is a great soul. She's someone who has touched our hearts. And if somebody doesn't get inspired by having watched this, they need to put it on replay and watch it again, because it's a very inspiring story. I'm inspired, and I'm asking everyone who has been inspired to share this so that we can get her story out to more people, so that we a living kidney donor for this sweet woman, this beloved woman. So thank you, Lisa, again. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Steve. Lisa, Want to give a shout out to Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. And to some people that are watching tonight that may be connected to Andrea Butler. Just, here we go. I want to bring her up again. Just Jean Bean. And Steven, I want to thank him for watching. I want to thank Cello Effect. And I've got Philip Harris Jones Jr. I want to thank him. And anybody else who watched but maybe didn't comment. We had Uncle Jim who was watching earlier and shared. Who was watching who didn't comment but you watched and who watches this on replay, thank you. All right, I'm going to say peace. I'm out, but continue to share this so we can get her story out there. Thank you so much. All right, and again, God is magnificent. All right, my own uncle, my brother, or my brother, my mom's brother, my uncle has gotten a kidney transplant. All right, it is a wonderful time in a family member, but anybody in the kidney disease community gets a kidney transplant. It is from a deceased donor angel, so it's bittersweet, of course. So please, prayers to the donor's family so that they during this tough time. Again, love and everyone who's watched, and peace. I'm out. All right. Comment if you like this video. I love this. I love this intro. I'd like the vibe. I like it. If you like it, please drop a comment. Here we go. Peace.
Ooh, like LeBron though, or like Lonzo. Ooh, I'm a baller, yeah, shot caller, yeah. They love me, you can't touch me, nah, can't trust me. I'm too lucky. Look at me, look at you, what you see, what you do. Baby, please think it through, drink it up, enjoy the view. MVP on my crew, Nike on my shoes. Might be sipping booze, slightly feeling loose. If I want it, then I have it.